Next up at UFC London, we have Chris Duncan taking on Yanal Ashmouz. This is one of the more talked about, one of the more controversial fights on the card, if you will. Not controversial, but definitely a lot of people split on this fight, and the line movement is incredible as well. We got Chris Duncan, 10-1 in his career. He's 4-1 in his last 5. He is riding a 3-fight win streak. He's taking on Yanal Ashmouz. This guy's undefeated, and he's coming off that huge upset win in his UFC debut. Chris Duncan is a heavy-handed guy. He is absolutely tough as nails. He's never out of a fight. There has been more than one fight in his history or on his record or whatever you want to call it where he was lit up, almost knocked out cold, and then survived, picked himself back up, came forward, and then got it done himself. So he's a tough, gritty guy that's hard to get out of there. He can grapple as well. He's got 7 takedowns in 3 fights under the UFC umbrella, but he can struggle a little bit with control. He's coming off that split decision win over Omar Morales where he had 5 takedowns and landed overall more strikes. He's taking on Yanal Ashmouz. This guy's very well-rounded. He does a great job adjusting in fights, right? He'll make those small adjustments. He'll say, this isn't working. Let me wrestle. He's going to come out as a striker first, work in heavy. He might even work in some spins, and then move to the wrestling if he's not having the success that he thought he would. He's got a solid chin, solid base. He can be heavy on top if he gets the takedown. There's nothing amazing about him, but he does everything pretty well. He's coming off that win over Sam Patterson. He was the biggest winning dog on that card, and Jacob and I were all over him then. And I bet on him the whole 9. And that's important to note here because I recognize, Ashmouz is very good. But me picking him and betting him when he was like 3-1 underdog or whatever it was, plus 275, was, yes, had to do with him and his skill set, but also his opponent. Sam Patterson was chinny and got hit constantly. And yes, Chris Duncan can get hit, and Chris Duncan you could call chinny, but this dude comes right back up, gets right back up, pressures forward, starts throwing, can wrestle, doesn't quit on himself. So I think Chris Duncan gets it done. I have a bet on him at minus 125. It has continued to move. It's now minus 145. If you were a premium member, you saw it. You saved yourself a couple of bucks there. But I think Chris Duncan is absolutely going to get it done. I think he's proved time and time again that he belongs, that he's dangerous, that he's tough, that he's durable. And I'm not saying that Yanal doesn't. I just think Chris Duncan is honestly, I think he's just going to be too tough here. What do you think, Jakey boy?
Yeah, someone in the chat is like, Jacob was not on Yanal. He was Chicho's person. That's absolutely wrong. Somebody in the comments tried to do that this week too. You and Angelo Bolter. No,
just go watch the video.
Yeah. It was like it was, and that was a good point that Angelo brought up because I said the same thing in my quick pick video. The reason I chose Yanal in that fight was because you watch Sam Patterson. He's just this 6'6" dude that just holds his chin out in the air and really wasn't a good striker. So we're like, oh yeah, that definitely guy is probably going to get knocked out, and that's exactly what happened. I mean, Yanal did what he was supposed to do, but I don't think you can carry that over to this type of fight. What?
Oh my God, Jacob froze.
What?
Holy crap. Oh, you're there now. Go ahead. Nope, you're not.
Are you like fucking with me right now?
I can't hear you. Oh, you're back. Talk. There you go. You're back. Go ahead.
I literally don't think there was anything wrong on my end.
No. It completely. I watched the bars go down. It said X. Go ahead.
No, I'm watching on YouTube, and I don't think I froze. Yeah, he didn't
I was
freeze.
I was just interrupting you saying that?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. All right. Sorry,
I have no idea what I was saying at this point, but I'm going with Chris Duncan in this matchup. I think he's going to be a little bit more live early, and some people in the chat mentioned it as well. The ATT, I think that they're going to have a really good game plan. His wrestling is really starting to improve with being at ATT. He's mentioned Grant Dawson, all the help that he's given him, and I just think that he can. I think the gas tank is going to win in this fight, and I think I can trust Chris Duncan's gas tank a little bit more, especially with his offensive wrestling. You saw in that Omar Morales fight. I know there wasn't a ton of takedowns and control, but there was a lot of hanging and controlling against the fence, which will wear somebody down, especially a guy like Yanal. So Yanal wants to come in and kind of grind. I know he's kind of flashy with that last knockout, but he wants to come in, he wants to grind, he wants to get a takedown or two of his own, and I just don't see him being able to use that game plan against a guy like Chris Duncan. So I understand the discrepancies that people have. They see Chris Duncan getting dropped. They just saw Yanal knock this big dude out as a big underdog. They're trying to put 2 and 2 together. Maybe that works out, but I'm taking Chris Duncan.
Yeah, I like.
Now this guy's spamming clown emojis because he was absolutely wrong. He says y'all are clowns. Dude, you're calling us clowns because you were absolutely fucking wrong and got called out for it. You stupid bitch. Oh, you guys are clowns.
What was you wrong about?
Huh?
What was he wrong about? That you picked Patterson in your last fight?
Yeah, he's like, Jacob did not. Well, yeah, these guys just got called out.
The worst part is it's on video. Just spend the 4 seconds and watch the
This
video.
guy's a fucking weirdo.
Anyway, we're both on the same side here. I've got a bet. I don't know if you do or not, but like I said, I got a little bit more value than you're going to see here. If you want to become a premium member, become one. It's only $10, but then make sure you link your Discord so that you get alerts. So that you got your alerts to your phone saying, oh, Angelo hit Chris Duncan at minus 125. If you like it, great. If you don't, then put your phone back down. No big deal, right? Don't just blindly copy. But it'll help you get ahead of some of these lines, especially prop bets. $8,400 in DraftKings, $7,800 in DraftKings. I think I like the $8,400. I think he will work in some wrestling. One thing I forgot to mention here with the wrestling, let me go back. You're going to see takedown average, Yanal Ashmouz, 12 minutes. This takedown average, it's average takedowns per 15 minutes. So Yanal had like one takedown in 2 minutes, and then they just extrapolate that out over the course of a 15-minute fight. So sometimes you'll get inflated numbers like that, but both of them can wrestle. I expect Chris to wrestle a little more. So 8,400 in DraftKings may be worth it. What do you think about DraftKings?
Yeah, he's going to be maybe another one of those sneaky plays just because he could rack up a bunch of takedowns. And then somebody said, Jacob, bet me $500. I have you know. I'm not betting on this fight just because I make a pick, you know. I'm not that confident in it. You got kids behind you.
Where's mommy? I'll go get her. I'll go get mommy. Go back in your bed. I'll get mommy.
Is she crying?
Yeah, because Tiff came home after I put him to bed.